waking up. I fell asleep after 7 o'clock in the morning. Took me hours to fall asleep. I'm in so much pain. I'm so exhausted. Had maybe 4.5 hours of sleep. Oh, I'm so exhausted. Let me check my oxygen here. I think my oxygen was going down. It went down to 88 while asleep. Just check my oxygen here. Whew. Oh, I need a night of sleep to recover from every night of sleep. I need hours of sleep to recover from every night. My whole head hurts so much. Like, just everything hurts so bad. I'm sleeping with that oral mouthpiece, and my jaw and the pain from the jaw goes to the whole head. You know, I traded the chronic excruciating pain from the CPAP. I stopped the CPAP to try this oral device, and the oral device is just chronic pain, just excruciating pain. Like, I put that, and same with the CPAP. I put the oral device in my mouth, and when I eventually shut the lights out to go to sleep, I'm in so much pain everywhere. There's always seconds of panic, like, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is insane. To try to be in that much pain, and you're trying to relax yourself to sleep when you're in excruciating pain. I have moments of panic, like, I'm done. I can't. I have moments where I think I'm going to lose my mind, like panic, and then this is insane. This is absolutely insane. To sleep, this is 365 days a night. The pain everywhere, throughout my whole body, nerve damage, but the jaw and the head. And I'm supposed to fall asleep like that every night, and it's just hell. It took me hours to fall asleep last night. Yesterday and the day before, my nerve damage is so flared right now. It's so bad right now that the pain just consumes me, and it's like I'm on the verge of sweating and on the verge of a fever. And that can get so bad, you feel like you're on the verge of losing your mind. And then I just sort of slip into silence, and it just takes over. Like, you just have to give in to the pain and retreat. And it consumes you, consumes your mind and body. Wonder why my pain is so flared. I did skip 2 days accidentally of LDN, low dose naltrexone. I didn't know that people are just left like this to live like this, like with no help. I have the choice of, I guess I do have the choice. I'm offered any drug that I want, like gabapentin or Lyrica or all that, and I'm not interested. I've almost been killed by medications. Right? My chronic nerve damage is from medication. They had me. I know all about it. I know all about these drugs. They had me on gabapentin years ago. Talked me into gabapentin for depression, and immediately I couldn't walk straight. Like they say, it makes you dizzy. It doesn't make you dizzy. Like whoever is writing this crap for the medical system or the pharmaceutical company hasn't taken the drug. When what it did to me was it disrupts the connection between your brain and your legs, and it's like your legs don't know how to walk. It's like every day you wake up and you've got someone else's legs on, and like I was walking with a different gait, a different rhythm, a different gait, and it's like and your mind can't adjust to that, and you're tripping and falling. It sort of does something to the brain and body, or mind and body connection, and it's like you're trying to walk with somebody else's legs on, and you don't know how to do it. Also, breathing issues right from the get-go from gabapentin. And what else? Oh, the breathing issues were bad, and right away I said, I'm struggling to breathe. I'm sure it's this drug. And no, it's not. I'm walking funny. I'm sure it's from. No, it's not. Oh, and involuntary facial tics. Like my eyes were jiggling, and when when your eyes are ticking, and involuntary facial movements, my face was ticking around and jerking around, and you're super self-conscious when you have no control over your facial muscles, right? And no, it's not the drug. They assured me, and they had me on it for a couple of years. And when you're on benzodiazepines, I swear we are more easily gaslighted. So I went along with that. I was told, no, it's not the drug. I was totally gaslighted, totally sucked into whatever they told me. So be careful with that. If you're on benzos, and then you're being gaslighted about other stuff. That's a whole other video. How daily benzos can make you more vulnerable to anybody, to a spouse gaslighting you, or a family member, or medical gaslighting you. And I struggled to breathe the whole time I was on gabapentin, and I was being 100% gaslighted. And I remember sitting with a team of respirologists looking at me like I was a child, talking to me like I was a child, talking down to me. And no, it's not the gabapentin that you're having breathing issues. It's your asthma. No, 100% it was the gabapentin. Gabapentin is contraindicated with, multiple benzos and a Z drug, and I was on an opioid on and off. Yeah, it was all of those are contraindicated, but it was the gabapentin thrown into the mix. I could be angry at myself for being gaslighted and blah, blah, blah. No. You know what? It was the medications that made me so vulnerable to believe almost anything I was told. So if you've got a family member, if you've got an elderly mom or dad on medications and no one fending for them, and they're on benzos or a different medication that can make them more susceptible to gaslighting, patients shouldn't be alone without an advocate and they're on a bunch of different drugs. They shouldn't be, no matter how old they are, because a lot of these drugs affect your thinking and they affect how vulnerable you are. It makes me angry, and you talk about it online and so many people will victim blame you for not being smart enough or not, doing your job researching and stuff. Well, back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have Google. People, there's so many people who don't realize how new the internet and Google really is. It's relatively new. Oh, I can think back to 100 times I've been gaslighted, short term and long term. And yeah, it's just awful thinking back to all those times where you're being told, something that isn't true and you're believing it. It's awful thinking back. I wonder, when I lay down at night, my head hurts so bad. My ears, I wonder if, like when I lay down, I've got Chiari malformation. When I lay down at night, it's literally like it's 365 days a year. When I lay down at night, it's like I'm laying my head on against a rock. It's like I'm outside, laying on the ground, laying my head against a rock. I can't be more uncomfortable than I am. And I switch pillows literally for hours. I wonder, is that the Chiari? Can that be an ear issue? What, you know, even a few years I slept in a chair, leaning my head. It's like I'm leaning my head against a rock. Why am I so uncomfortable? Is it head inflammation? Is it the Chiari? Is it the trigeminal nerve? No, the trigeminal nerve issue started right when I started using CPAP. Or maybe like right before. I don't know. Look, I can't believe that people are just suffering like this with no help and no support. I I saw a video the other day. I'll make another video about it.